Hi guys, this is Mrs. Gassler, and in this video we're going to talk about the concentration of a solution from a conceptual standpoint, not mathematical yet. We'll do the mathematical one later. Alright, so to begin with, again we're talking about concentration. When we talk about concentration, we're talking about how much solute is dissolved in the solvent. Okay, so remember the solute is what's being dissolved and the solvent dissolves it. And when we talk about concentration, we're referring to how much of each, what's the relative amount. Okay, so when we talk about we use the word dilute. Dilute means there's not much solute. Okay, and in a concentrated solution, there is a lot of solute. Okay, and it depends on how concentrated it is, but we can compare two solutions. The one with less solute would be the dilute solution, so I'm going to write that here, less solute. And the one that is concentrated would have more solute, and I'm going to say per solvent here, because I'll show you in a minute that it kind of depends. Okay, so so let's take a look at some solutions here. I have here 4 little cups of water. They all have the same amount of water. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a dilute solution here on the left. And I'm going to swirl it around. Okay, actually that looks pretty concentrated, but you'll see that as I add 2 drops to this one, I didn't bring anything to start with in here, it's darker. And if I add 3 drops, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 drops to this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, there we go. You can see that it gets darker. So this is my dilute solution here. It's a little bit more concentrated, and then it is the most concentrated over here where I put 4 drops in that 10 milliliters. Now likewise, here's my 10 milliliters with 2 drops. Okay, 10 milliliters. Here's also 5 milliliters and 15 milliliters. And I think that one's to 20. Is that 20? Yeah. Okay, now if I add 2 drops to here, whoops, that was 3, and 2 drops here, and 2 drops here, you can see that when I have more solvent, that I have a less dilute solution. Although I should have used bigger amounts, I didn't realize my, there we go. Okay, so if I wanted to put these in order from the dilute to the concentrated, I would have to switch the order. You see I have more solvent over here and less solvent over here, and that makes my solution more concentrated. So then another way that we would write this down here is to have more solvent, and this one would have less solvent. So what would you do if you needed to change the concentration? Okay, well, if you wanted to make it more dilute, here we'll put dilute over here, and we'll put concentrated over here. If you wanted to go from dilute to concentrated, you could do one of 2 things. You could add solvent to make it, add solute. If you put more of the solute in there, then you'll be able to have a more concentrated solution. Or you would remove the solvent. Now sometimes you can do that and sometimes you can't. In our situation here, I could just heat this up and boil away some of the water. In fact, when you do some cooking and you reduce a mixture in a pot on the stove, that's what you're doing, is you're making it more concentrated. You do that a lot when you make soups and sauces and whatnot. If you wanted to go from concentrated to more dilute, that's when you would add solvent. Okay, you can't really remove the solute. In most situations it's so dissolved that you couldn't possibly do that, but that would be something that I suppose you could do if you could remove the sugar, or maybe add less sugar than you were going to in the first place if you didn't want it to be quite so concentrated. Okay, so there's a couple of different terms that we use when we talk about concentrated solutions, concentrated and dilution. An unsaturated solution is one in which you could still, I'm gonna go with layman's terms here, you could still add more solute, okay, and it would dissolve. think about it this way: I could continue to add more drops of water to here, and that water, or drops of food coloring, and the food coloring would continue to dissolve in there. It's not a saturated solution yet. At some point in time, maybe not so with food coloring, but eventually I have added enough solute that I can't dissolve anymore, and we call that a saturated solution. The maximum amount of solute has been added. Oops, has been added. Okay, this is more noticeable with when you're dissolving solids, like there's only so much salt you can dissolve in water, and there's only so much sugar you can dissolve in water. If you want to dissolve more of it in the water and make a super saturated solution, what you have to do is you have to change the water, generally by heating it up. If you heat the solvent, often it can hold more. Sometimes it's cooling the solvent, but if you heat the solvent, it can hold more solute. The way they make rock candy is they have a super saturated sugar solution that by heating the water and dissolving as much sugar as they can, and they put a little string in there, and then as it cools down, it can't hold all that sugar, and so the sugar crystallizes on your string. It's actually pretty cool. So that's a little bit about concentrated solutions. In another video, you'll learn how to calculate the concentration, which is a valuable skill. Thanks for watching. Ask your teacher if you have questions.